Hello and welcome to the first video on this channel where I'm actually talking and it's not just text on the screen with epic music in the background. This is a devlog, the first of what's hopefully many, or not too many, of a game called Last Resort. It's a tower defense game where you build a resort and you fight off aliens because it's a interesting concept I came up with a while ago now, and then recently I've started picking up the game and continuing to work on it, and I've done a decent amount of progress in a few days, and it's quite a small game, one that I hope I can get finished over the summer because I would like to get a original game out at some point that I'm happy with. And I have had numerous attempts, all of which my ambition has got the better of me. Not to say those attempts won't return in some way, shape, or form, but yeah. So I'll load up the game and I'll show you what shenanigans you can do in it. So as you can see, the game has a tremendous art style. It's HD, RTX, all of the fun stuff. So yeah, this is just the placeholder. This is very old. These squares, I put them in at the beginning. One thing I found about this game when coming back to it and working on it is how efficient this game is. Like, the code is unbelievably efficient. There are things I used that I have not used in other games like Red Tactics and Vanam, but they were in this, and they just seem so much easier to work with. Like, I can just add things within seconds aside from the drawing aspect. So if I go to start wave, that'll start a wave. It's basically when you get into a game, you'll start off with some resources. You know, you can build you're like the start of your resort. Then you press start wave, and then in between each wave, you have like time to edit your resort and improve it and whatnot. So it's not a continuous stream of enemies. There's intervals. Yeah, and you won't really be able to do much when the enemies come. Like, there might be a few like powers, maybe a few things you can interact with, but other than that, you would just be sitting watching your defenses fail if you've done a horrible job. But if you press edit, you can see this grid pops up. This is the buildable space. It just, yeah, it's quite flexible. I can like change this how I want, just based off the width of the brown, and there's invisible blocks up here that kind of define how tall the grid should be. So it's very easy to work with. I think I did the maths, and it's like 50 something squares you can place in, which is more than enough. Now this little green button down here opens up the blueprints. Now it's not the blueprint design isn't fully finished. You can see the word like name and materials. They're very pixely, so I'm just gonna probably get rid of them, and I mean, it's going to be pretty obvious that this is going to be the name and this is the materials. And there's icons here that will have statistics next to them later. But this is basically where you choose what you want to place. So I've got this. If I use W, A, S, and D, I can move around the grid very quickly. I will admit the movement's a bit finicky, but like, I'm happy enough with it. And yeah, it goes red if you can't place it, and it goes green if you can. If I press enter, boom, I've placed it, and now I can place it on top. Another big thing about this game is, I know it's not a very big detail, it's just kind of a visual thing. The blocks know where they are, as in, like, as you can see, it's flat on the bottom because it's touching a surface, and like on the top it's kind of not really curved, but like the corners aren't as they've been like made soft. Like, as you can see there, like the corners are soft, so it's not all just right angles. It's what I'm trying to say. Then you can press these buttons up here, and it goes to the other things you can place, or you can just use the arrows on the keyboard. So yeah, there's the door. The door can only be placed, like, some things can only be placed in specific spots. The door can only be placed on the floor, which I think makes sense. You wouldn't have a door like up here and to like the entrance to your resort. So if I place that down there, then we've got the gun. This is what you use to defend. Reception. Now, reception can only be placed next to the door, because it's a reception. They're typically by the entrance to things, so it can only be placed. It can be placed diagonally next to it, but it cannot be placed like, you know, it has to be within a square's distance of it. So I can place it like there. Then we have the ranger building. These when you place this like little bit down, you get access to the ranger team, which will basically go out and scavenge for resources which you can use to build your resort. As you can see, the resources are, this is like kind of the cheapest, like the dirt house of this game. It's like planks, just kind of all kind of mushed together to make some form of infrastructure. But yeah, this is another door thing, so it's going to be placed on the floor, and that's basically all of the building things. And you can remove things. If I click on it, it removes and then it updates. Although it is a bit weird because, you know, that can happen, and I have tried to, you know, fix it, but I have a solution in mind where, like, when you break something, like a scaffolding will appear where, like, where you just broke, and then, like, it costs less to build on that square because you've already got a scaffolding there, if that makes sense. But let me just rebuild this for OCD's sake. There we go. So then you can press start wave, and then the terrifying looking aliens will start rolling in. There you go. There they are, and then the gun will automatically shoot. I'll probably end up making it so, like, you can upgrade the gun with more resources, and then you can make it, like, quicker. You can make the bullets bigger. I don't know, maybe they have, like, special effects or something. But yeah, that would be good. The aliens as well, they will probably, you know, they won't just be, I mean, for one, they won't just be squares. They'll, you know, actually have a design, and they'll be unique. You know, they'll have powers. They'll be quirky or whatever. But the idea is, if an alien reaches the, like, either door to the resort, then they'll start attacking the people in the resort, and you don't want that. There'll be like a population statistic, and if aliens make it in, that will start going down because there is an alien killing the people living inside your hotel. So that's not very good. And in between waves, there'll be survivors who might, like, stumble upon the hotel, and, like, if you have enough living space in the hotel for them, then they can come and live in the hotel and work for you and do numerous stuff. So yeah, that is the bare bones of the game. I think there is, like, another alien enemy that's, like, slightly more brighter red or something. But yeah, that is the bare bones of the game. Currently, I wouldn't consider it a game because there is no cost or reward, but the basics are just coming here. This is, I guess, Devlog 0 because, you know, this is just introducing the game. Like, the last Devlog series I did on this channel was Staff of Life, and that was, I think, a year ago, maybe over a year ago. I'm hoping this game gets somewhere, even if it's not a very big game, and it's kind of got, like, as long as it's got a promising game loop and, like, a decent amount of stuff that I'm happy with, I'll be satisfied then. But yeah, that is about it for this first devlog. So let me know your thoughts on the designs of the buildings. I know one thing, that they don't connect smoothly, but, like, there's going to be different tiers of, you know, blocks and stuff. Like, some might be made out of stone, metal, concrete, whatever. So, you know, they're not going to connect smoothly no matter what I do. But yeah, let me know if you've got any thoughts about what bare bones you've just seen. And yeah, I will see you hopefully soon in the first official proper devlog, I guess, where there's actual, you know, more of a game. But yeah, thank you for watching, and goodbye.